Hello and welcome to the Movie Therapy channel. We are Jim and Sam, and this is the show where we like to give you our rating first, and then talk about the things that we did and did not like about the movie we just saw. We caught an early screening of the Lego Movie, the second part. We'll be calling it the Lego Movie 2. So we're putting up a spoilers-free review of this film. Don't worry, we're not going to spoil plot details and stuff. We're just talking about the things that we liked and didn't like about the film. So with that said, Sam, are you ready to give our rating for the Lego Movie 2?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
See it.
And I'm actually kind of shocked that I give it a see it. I actually liked it. Not that I'm shocked that I gave it a see it. I'm actually liked it. I'm actually shocked that I think I like this more than the first one. I feel like I need to see the first one again. But this movie was absolutely fantastic. Did you love it as much as I did?
Yes, I think I did.
Would you say that you adored this film?
Yes.
That you took a really long time on that. Yes, that was supposed to be an immediate yes.
Well, you the way you're saying adored, it's just kind of funny.
All right.
So I'm like trying to comprehend your adoreness.
So we love this film. So let's talk about it. So the Lego Movie Part 2. So I'm just going to say this about this movie, that if you liked the first one, I'm not saying this in a bad way. It's a very good thing. If you like the first one, you're going to like this one. It is more of the same. It's the same energy, same kind of music, same characters. It's got the same writers, different director, but the writer's still transferred over. It's Phil Lord, Chris Miller, and they inject all the stuff that they do with all their films. And one of the things they do that they injected into this Lego movie, and I feel like it's what makes their films so successful and so enjoyable for me, is that they inject themes into their stories and characters, and they do it seamlessly. Like nothing feels out of place. They did it with the Jump Street movies. They did it with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse because they had a hand in writing it. They did not direct it, but you can still find their idea of themes and injecting their characters with themes in there. They did it with the original Lego Movie, and they do it again here with the Lego Movie Part 2.
Yeah.
And the theme of the Lego Movie Part 2 that I really had a lot of fun with, and I think it's one of the reasons I actually probably like this one more than the first one, is that they take the idea that you need to be dark and gritty to be cool. Yeah. And that's not the case. And that's the message of the film. You don't need to be dark and gritty to be cool. So the whole idea is that this film opens up. We're then, through some course of events, we are then transported to the apocalypse. I can't remember. I think it's like Apocalypseburg.
I don't know. Whatever it is, the entire world's in an apocalypse, and there's no way that they can change it. It's just everything's going to hell.
Yeah, essentially. Like Owen goes to get coffee, and then when he's coming
Emmett
back,
goes to get coffee.
I keep on saying Owen. Owen is
Emmett.
Emmett. I want to say Owen because Chris Pratt has played Owen in the Jurassic World movies. Oh, it's gonna kill me.
And there's raptors in the movies.
Yeah. Emmett goes to get coffee, and when he comes back from getting coffee, like what are all the things he passes coming back from coffee going to Lucy?
There's like fights in a bar, and then there's everybody's arguing, nobody's happy, and he's the only one singing the happy song, and he's having a good old time building ways to get to his friend Lucy.
Yep, it's Lucy.
He like builds his way. I love that part. I love when they build things. It's so much fun.
Yeah, the building's cool.
The building's really cool. That's totally not what we're talking about, but I just remember the first scene where he's going to get Lucy. He builds this like bridge over the people who are fighting in the store, and I just think it's the cutest thing. Sorry, but yeah, the entire beginning sequence has a lot to do with the broodiness of the community. Like the whole community is like that.
Yeah, like they have like the apocalypse dogs, the cats. Like all the cats have like these vicious viral names.
And then they get angry and they're so cute.
And so the whole idea is that Lucy wants Emmett to grow up to represent more of the world that they live in now that's dark and brooding. But Emmett, as you know, everything is awesome. But Lucy's like, no, everything is not awesome. Can you just grow up? And the thing that they take with this film, the theme of dark and gritty, is that they're essentially making fun of Warner Brothers, Warner Brothers is also the studio distributing and producing the Lego Movie, essentially making fun of Warner Brothers' long history that they've had for the last almost like 15 years of making dark and gritty comic book films, starting with Batman Begins, and pretty much ended with Justice League, where Justice League was finally like the final nail in the coffin. Was like, all right, we think we need to take a new direction. Maybe dark and gritty is not the way to go. Yeah. And the Lego Movie completely takes that idea, flips it on its head, and has a lot of fun doing it. And they put it into the way they put into all the characters, the way they all come full circle. It's how you do and write great characters in film. That's why this one stands out so much for me.
Yeah, the characters themselves are always so fun. I mean, even no matter whether they're brooding or they're happy or whatever their case may be, they are always fun to watch. Every single one of them. There wasn't a character on there that I was like, I missed when they were gone or when they were around. I liked all of them.
Yeah.
They all were a really good time.
Mm-hmm. So, like, even Lucy, who's dark and gritty, who needs to be like the hardened, brooding badass of the film.
She's the best one. She's my favorite.
But even like with her character comes full circle in the theme of dark, and you don't have to be dark and gritty to be cool.
Yeah.
So even her character has a lot of growth in this film with that idea. Even
No, that's fine.
The other Chris Pratt voice character, Rex Dangervest, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
Who is essentially supposed to be like the cool, dark and gritty version of Emmett. And Emmett's like, I want to be just like you. But like, you don't need to be like Rex Dangervest to be cool.
I mean, even though that's the case, he's still so oblivious to everything. Like Emmett is just oblivious to everything until the last, the ending. He takes a little bit of a turn, but he's just so adorably oblivious, which makes him fun.
Yeah,
it makes Chris Pratt portraying him just as fun. Like it reminds me of Chris Pratt in Parks and Rec, where it was just silly and funny and goofy, and now his roles take on a little bit more of a serious tone, so it was fun to see even his characters come to life with both of them. So that was fun.
They do a lot of references to pretty much all of Chris Pratt's roles with Rex Dangervest.
Oh, the whole movie like revolves around his old movies.
Yeah, Rex Dangervest references Chris Pratt's movie roles, very meta in that sense, and they had a lot of fun with that. I actually thought it was pretty funny.
Everybody did. I think everyone had a good time with that.
All right, we talked about the themes enough. I mean, it's fantastic. I absolutely loved the music in this film.
It was like a musical. It was so much. There were songs after songs after songs, and it was kind of a little mini musical. It was a mini musical.
You can't replace Everything Is Awesome, but this song is going to get stuck in your head. I had a lot of fun with that. I mean, they
basically just took the song is awesome and replaced it with this song is going to get stuck in your head.
Yeah. And that's the name of the song.
And I mean, that's the song that's continuously going over and over. And it's the same lyric over and over and over again. So, of course, you're sitting there and leaving, singing that song in your head for days. So it really does get stuck in your head.
Yeah. No.
But it's just has, it's all a dance number, which makes it fun. And that's what I really like about musicals in itself is the dance numbers. So when they did all of these music pieces, even when it was the same song, it was a different dance number, which made it new and fresh.
Yeah. So then the next thing I said, I just want to leave it at that. The music's fantastic. There's probably not any sort of music that I thought was out of place. The next thing, they had a lot of fun in this film with the building aspect of Lego. That's one of the things that made the original fresh. You mentioned it earlier. There's a lot of scenes where they just they consider them like master builders is what they call them. And so they just build stuff. There's a big chase sequence in the beginning of the film with a cat and a pirate ship.
Yeah.
And this alien spaceship comes in and they do master building with this crazy chase sequence.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun, a lot of cool sequences in that. And that pretty much persists throughout the whole film.
I don't remember it being quite like that in the first one.
There's things like that in the first one. We've only seen it once. Coming out of this one as high as I was. And when I say high, I mean as I liked it as much as I did.
You can't just throw that word around, okay, Jim?
That's what I meant.
You can't just throw the word high.
I came out of this movie just blazed. Because I didn't. But I'm sure if you want to, it would probably be fantastic. But anyways, I came out of this movie on such a high that it kind of makes me want to go back and watch the first movie.
I do want to watch the first one because I don't remember enjoying the first one as much as I liked this one. And I'm not a Lego person. I'm not nostalgic about Legos. So that didn't resonate with me at all. So when I went into the movie, I was just going to see the movie Lego 2, just to go see it. Legos were never a big thing in any part of my life. So when I went to see it, I still had a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that made this film so much fun and so much entertainment for me was that it wasn't as much of a focus on Legos as it was a focus on sort of the themes, and I mentioned we talked a lot about the themes, but the themes play such an important part in this story that I was so invested in those themes. And for me, I just resonated more with those kinds of themes than I did with the ones in the first film. That this one was more enjoyable for me on that level.
No, I agree. And I think people who do enjoy Legos or has always had nostalgia for Legos will enjoy it in that angle too.
Yeah. Also, great family film. Perfect family film.
Oh, it's an amazing family film.
Probably going to be one of the better family films this year until we see How to Train Your Dragon 3 tomorrow.
Okay, it's January. Chill on the year thing.
Okay.
Best one of the year. It's been 31 days.
Yeah, that's right. We still have Toy Story 4. There's a lot coming out.
Toy Story 4. There was a lot of toy. Stop it. Toy Story 3, Toy Story 4. There's so many now. Yeah. That one's going to hit home. That one's going to be a soft one for me.
We'll see. Trailers have been fun.
You think you're over it? Are you over Toy Story?
I've never been that big into Toy Story.
Oh, man, that's my childhood.
We'll see. Maybe I like the third one. The third one was good. But anyways, back to Lego Movie. Back to the Lego Movie.
Sorry.
On track.
Sorry.
We were going that way.
That way was fun. That way was fun.
So there is, right now we're going to get into a tiny bit of a spoiler territory. So if you haven't seen the first Lego Movie, we're just going to spoil the end of the first Lego Movie because we have to talk about what I want to talk about.
The first
here.
Lego? I don't remember it. The first one, not the second one, the first one.
The first one. So spoilers for the first Lego Movie is that the first Lego Movie, you find out that it's actually a kid in the basement playing with Lego toys, and his dad comes down, and Lord Business is actually the dad of the family.
That's right. Okay. I was like, what spoiler are you talking about?
Now that carries into the second film. So if you're sensitive about spoilers and stuff about this aspect, about how...
We're not going to say it out straight, but if you are just kind of wanting to go in with a fresh mind, then this is where we say goodbye.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably say goodbye here if you want to be as cold as possible on this film. But there is one... I did have one sort of issue with the film. I wouldn't even call it an issue, but something that did take me out of it from time to time.
Yeah.
Was that the way that the first film ends, it ends with you finding out that it was a kid playing with Legos. This movie opens with the kids still playing with Legos. Like the first scene is kids playing with Legos, and then we're back and forth between Lego World, the kids playing with the Legos. And that sort of them referencing that what we're watching is kids playing with Legos happens quite a bit.
It almost is one too many times.
Like, yeah, it was a couple times too many. It's not like here and there. It's pretty consistently, I'd say, every 3 or 4 scenes or so, we are then reintroduced to the fact that it is, or if there's like one shot where it's like, oh, and sometimes they use it to great effect and it's really funny when they do it. Sometimes it's like, I don't think I needed that.
Yeah, but it was a lot. It wasn't just 1 or 2 times. It was a lot more than I needed.
Yeah, I agree. I do like where all that went. There was a lot of heart that went. That once it comes full circle, there is a lot of heart that goes into it, and I did appreciate that.
But I think they could have still cut it down.
Yeah, 100%.
It could have still made that full circle without it.
Yep. Okay. I think that's it.
That's it for me.
We don't need to talk about it anymore because I think we're going to start spoiling too much.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Okay, so that's it for me.
That's it for me.
So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you liked this episode, like and subscribe. We have more coming. We have How to Train Your Dragon 3 we're seeing on Saturday. So if the embargo is up, we'll have a review up hopefully Sunday or Monday morning. So with that said, thank you for listening. So with that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you next time, guys.